What do hundreds of millions of children around the world have that kids in the United States don't have? Intestinal parasitic worms.
Hello, I'm Dr. Yan Hu.
And I'm Sophia Georgiou.
I'm Alan Keller.
And I'm Dr. Rafi Arroyan, and we're here at the University of California, San Diego to update you on some of our latest research. Now, these worms are a tremendous source of disease in these children worldwide. It causes them to grow up stunted, both physically and mentally. To put it in perspective, let's look at what happened in the United States around the turn of the 20th century when worms were prevalent here. What the Rockefeller Foundation found out was that kids who were infected with worms made 40% less money as adults than kids who were not infected. And that's because the worms cause children to grow up stunted physically and stunted mentally. These days, if you have worms, there's two compounds that they can give you to treat them. Unfortunately, neither of those compounds are totally effective, and there's now reports, like those coming out of Uganda last week, showing that the parasites are becoming resistant to both classes of compounds. What we decided to do in our laboratory is to turn to natural predators of the worms themselves to try to cure this problem. So one of those is a soil bacterium called Bacillus thuringiensis, or BT. Now, BT is used around the world to kill insects that eat crops. In fact, it's what organic farmers use. We've been pioneering studies to use this bacterium and the crystal proteins that it makes to actually kill roundworms. So in this study that we just published, what we found is that if you take small animals infected with intestinal parasites and you feed them this bacterium along with its crystal proteins, we were able to knock out 70% of the parasites from the intestine. Moreover, as you can see here, we were able to knock down the reproduction of the parasites, the amount of eggs that they make, by over 98%. This means that it looks like we have a pretty good compound. What's even more impressive, however, is that we did a head-to-head test with this bacterial protein and with the very best chemicals that humans have developed that is just now coming into clinical trials. And what we found was that the bacterial protein is actually 3 times better than the best chemicals that human beings have ever synthesized. So we're very hopeful that this bacterium, BT, and its crystal proteins represent a new and powerful breakthrough in treating intestinal worm parasites. And what we're doing now is to further develop this and to try it against other intestinal parasites.